Welcome to the Crystal Self-Healer Podcast. I'm Carissa Weaver. On this podcast, we blend the magic of crystals with the science of psychology to help you break free from chaos, ditch the overwhelm, and master your emotions so you can have more energy, get more done, and feel better every day. Get ready to unlock your intuition and restore your true power as we cover how you can transform your life using crystals and self-awareness. Are you ready to get started? All right, let's go. What is the balance between your values and morals and everyone else with theirs? Yeah, that's the age-old question. I remember sitting on my back porch with my dad when I asked him how to balance gun rights with sensible rules. His response was that it's okay for him to have a gun, but no one else. While that proved to be the closing statement for the conversation, the question still stands. When do your rules, your values, your morals end and another person's prerogative begin? If you felt like your boundaries and sensibilities keep being crossed and you want to know how to get the respect you deserve, this episode is for you. We're going to cover how to reclaim sovereignty over your energy field with crystals. By the end of this episode, you'll have a practical process you can use to protect yourself and your sensibilities from a world that thrives on chaos and control. If you were to objectively look out at the world today, I'm sure you would agree there are a lot of forces and entities out there pushing agendas or expectations on others. From the Russian invasion of Ukraine, the occupied territory of Gaza, to that friend who didn't apologize when your feelings were hurt. The one thing that holds in each of these scenarios here is that it's really easy for them to become convoluted and lost in the myriad of reasons for each and every action or offense. Each individual in these situations is operating from a place of wounded ego, yet expecting the other party to comply or conform to their needs, using their hurt, pain, or unmet expectations to create rules others need to abide by for them to feel comfortable, safe, or vindicated. It's not that there isn't an originating point for the outwardly facing rules or expectations, but that these expectations are being held as a measure for other people and their behaviors. When you hold these outward-facing rules for people in your life to abide by, you allow them to take up real estate in your head for free, losing your sovereignty because these actions aren't yours to take. It's not that having standards or expectations are bad. It's that you allow someone else's meeting them or not meeting them to dictate how you feel or see yourself. The card inspiration this week is the Hermit from a Crystal and Tarot forecast inside the Charmed community. When you look at the card, it is quite minimal in its appearance. A single cloaked figure stands in the center of the card holding a lantern in front of them. In their hand, they have a wand or a walking stick, and they look as if they are perched on the peak of a mountain. Traditionally, this card is interpreted as analysis and solitude, which may seem a little obscure when it comes to our topic today. But let's acknowledge the desolate or isolated feel that comes with this card, which as a feminist introvert I kind of enjoy because I relate this card to the witchy woman who lives in the depths of the wood in her own little cottage away from society, doing her own thing. And that's where this interpretation can overlap with how to reclaim sovereignty over your energy field. I want to draw your attention to the lantern specifically, and the fact that the lone figure is looking down the mountain at what is going on below. They have the ability to illuminate where they are while also maintaining a high level view of everything so that they can stay above the fray, which in turn allows them to analyze the situation for what it is. Just like the witchy woman living in the woods has placed herself in a space where she can go about her business, focusing on her path without having to diminish her unconventional ways in the meantime. I want to be clear here. I'm not suggesting that you need to pack up your things and go live in a woods, unless that's your life goal. But when it comes to your energetic sovereignty, there is something to be said about having that safe place that provides you the space and perspective to find your way to emotional and mental peace. You will know you're holding rules for others when you're fixated on what they should do. Every moment you spend spinning out because someone didn't do what you wanted, or they didn't follow instructions, or you're rebelling because you feel they are imposing their will on you, is you losing your sovereignty. So let's stay with the witchy woman living in the woods. If she were to stay in the village with her atypical methods and prerogatives, she would quite likely find that she is either hounded by the ill-informed or prejudiced townfolk, or continues to fight to defend her ways. Her refuge is her cabin in the woods, the place where she has the peace, quiet, and space she needs to think clearly and avoid the chaos and control. I know it isn't feasible for each of us to escape to the woods, so knowing how to create that peace for yourself, no matter your location, is how you can calm your nervous system, clear your head, and shift into a more self-supportive role. Your job here in this lifetime isn't about casting judgment on you or others, but in finding ways to open up to ease, flow, and alignment. When someone is living in your head rent-free, or you're fixated on holding someone to your rules, it can be hard to see clearly or to gain perspective. The trickiest part here is that you won't always recognize that you're holding up a rule because they will be intertwined with your morals, ideals, and beliefs. Finding the balance between your values, establishing and communicating your boundaries, and then embodying the comfort to handle what comes is what will help you feel liberated. Unraveling your mismatched expectations from morals, values, and beliefs allows you to clearly state your needs without it becoming a personal attack. It frees you up to advocate for what you want or need without the emotional layer to it. And once you've advocated for what you need, you get to let it go because you can't control people to do things. You reclaim your sovereignty when you choose yourself over fighting others and their free will. You reclaim your sovereignty when you choose to invest in you and what you can do to feel better, calm your nervous system, and leave emotional and mental chaos behind. So be like the witchy woman. Extract yourself mentally, emotionally, or even physically from the things in life that test your boundaries. Get clear on where it is you want to be, what you stand for, and go, do, and be that. The crystal I'm going to offer today is Phantom Amethyst, and here's why. Introspection is integral for being able to see where you are giving up your emotional and mental peace, and Phantom Amethyst supports insight and clarity. It will gently illuminate patterns where you hold on to rules for others or let their actions affect your inner peace. There is nothing more exhausting than repeating loops in your mind, especially when they are heavy, negative ones. With its purifying properties, Phantom Amethyst will support you in letting go of the expectations or attachments that create friction with others. Amethyst alone is wonderful for protection. Adding in the phantom qualities deepens your boundary awareness. You'll feel more empowered to maintain energetic boundaries without guilt or the compulsion to control. Finally, the best thing you can support yourself in is integration of your sense of self with your past experiences. Phantom Amethyst's gentle energy will support you in reflecting on old patterns, the shoulds, and judgments so you can sift through your true morals and beliefs from resentment or from unmet expectations. You'll be able to move forward feeling more grounded and calm. Here's a simple ritual you can do to reclaim sovereignty over your energy field. You'll need your phantom amethyst and a few moments of uninterrupted quiet time. Holding your crystal in your hand, gently close your eyes and bring your attention to your breath. Feel yourself settling and relaxing into the moment. When you feel present and grounded, keep your attention on your breath as you breathe at a comfortable rhythm to you. As thoughts come to your mind, notice what they are and what they are about. With curiosity, notice if the thought is something that requires your attention, like a to-do item, or if it's a situation you're experiencing. When a situation arises in your mind, contemplate if it is yours to own, if it requires you to resolve it. Without delving deeper into the situation, allow your mind to reveal the emotion or expectation attached to the situation. Acknowledge the emotion that arises and then consciously bring your attention back to your breath. Notice if the situation stays front and center or if it fades into the background. Repeat this process of gentle inquiry and refocusing on the breath until you recognize the power you hold to not engage with thoughts as they are presented in your awareness. Do this for at least 5 minutes, and when you're finished, place your crystal on your altar, carry or wear it as a physical reminder of the work you have accomplished and to further support you on this spiritual journey. Today's pairing of the Hermit with Phantom Amethyst is from a Crystal and Tarot forecast inside the Charmed community. I invite you to join me in this free space where I share these readings weekly to help you align your energy and focus your week. You also get the opportunity to connect with others who are exploring their growth and creating change in their lives just like you. Join us for free. The link is in the show notes. And if you are tired of being on an emotional roller coaster, you find yourself constantly juggling everything in your life, and maybe you want to be part of a space that holds you in your healing, a space where you can feel seen, supported, and connected as you create more emotional and energetic space in your life, I would love to have you join me inside the Crystal Self-Healer Members Portal. It's where we go beyond the weekly guidance and we apply it to your life, equipping you with the tools, resources, including courses, workshops, and activations, as well as support to build your confidence in crystal healing and emotional self-care. Inside, you get healing sessions that help you process emotions so you can regulate your nervous system, rituals that help you anchor and direct energy, and personalized support when you're feeling stuck. Everything you need to learn how to recognize and dismantle the patterns, cycles, and loops that keep you stuck so you can achieve more ease and alignment is in the portal. Visit my website, 3charmedgems.com, or click the link in the show notes to learn more and join me. It's time to stop living at the mercy of emotional triggers and start living in spiritual integrity. The Crystal Self-Healer Members Portal is where that shift begins. Find your clarity and come home to yourself. Today's episode has been brought to you by the Hermit, Phantom Amethyst, and Sovereignty. May we all detach from habitual expectations and reactions to find the balance and emotional stability of sovereignty. Blessed be, my friends. All right, my friends, that wraps up this week's episode. Thank you for joining me here today on the Crystal Self-Healer podcast. If you haven't already, hit subscribe, leave a review, and take the What Crystal is Best for You quiz linked in the show notes. Join me again next week as we continue to demystify crystals, how your brain works, and how you can use them so you can have more energy, get more done, and feel better every day.